Hello, guys, and welcome to the first episode of my brand new series. It's the Leeds United back to the Premier League. So, the aim and the goal of this one is to try and get Leeds United back to the Premier League in the first season. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I have wanted to do this series for quite a long time just because I really like Leeds United, and I think they're one of the clubs in the Championship who I think are overdue a return back to the Premier League. They have been down there since the 2004-2005 season, so they've been down there quite a while, and the history they've got. I mean, just look what they've got down here. They've got three Premier Leagues, two Europa Leagues, one FA Cup, three Sky Bet Championships, one Carabao Cup, and the FA Community Shield. So I think they're one of the teams that are down there in the Championship who are overdue return back to the big time. If this is your first time watching this video or watching one of my videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I have done another series, which is the Newcastle United Takeover series. The playlist is now available on my page, so go and give that a view. Also, if you're liking this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If there's any Leeds United fans watching this, comment on it. Let me know if you're liking it. Give it a thumbs up. If you're not, give it a thumbs down, and also hit that subscribe button. All right, let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to look at is the club vision. Now, given that Leeds United have been, like I say, have been down there for quite a while, they have actually got a really good youth system at Leeds United, and they've brought through quite a lot of decent players over the years. So with the main one, the club culture, they're looking to play entertaining football, also develop the players using the club's youth system, which we will be doing. Given we've only got a transfer pot of around just over 1.2 million, we're definitely going to have a look at the youth system, play attacking football. So we'll definitely get that on the go. 5-year plan is to sign players and develop, sign young players, and develop for a profit, grow the club's reputation. Now we could definitely do this one if we get into the Premier League. I'm 100% sure of that. We can definitely grow that a lot. They're also interested in expanding the stadium, which is always good. I don't know how many seater it is. I think so 37,000 seater. Well, just under 38,000. So that'll be a good opportunity to get quite a big crowd in once we're up in the Premier League. Increase revenue, so that sort of links back to the expansion, growing the club's reputation, and also getting into the Premier League. Work within the budget, which is a given for any club, I would say. So end of the season, like I say, their goal and my goal are the same, is win promotion back to the Premier League. Now they haven't said how we do that, so that could be the top two automatic promotion spots, which is either second or first, obviously winning the league and getting promoted that way. Third option is through the playoffs. Don't really want to be doing that because it just extends the season more. If we can get up at the first chance, maybe first or second, obviously preferably first and win the league, we'll do that. It just gives us a little bit more time in the summer transfer window to get a few players in. They want to reach the FA Cup fourth round as a minimum. We definitely want to do a cup run in this save. In the other Newcastle United save, I did the takeover save. I didn't really do a cup run. Wasn't really interested. I was more interested in getting into the Europa League spot. But with this one, cups are going to be a good way of generating revenue for the club. And obviously with that, we can then get more players in and get quality into the team. So end of the next season, my contract's expired, so hopefully we can we can get that renewed and obviously get like a 3 or 4 year deal. With that, at the end of that season, they're hoping to be an established Premier League team and then working towards being self-sufficient. I'm guessing that ties into the finances, which we'll have a look at in a second. And then basically after that, they want to the second season after they're back in the Premier League, they want to stay in the Premier League, establish themselves. And after that, they want to work towards getting to the top half finish. So it's a gradual progression. I mean, I see Leeds as sort of modelled loosely on Wolves, what Wolves have done. They went down for a good number of years, rebuilt, and now they're up there with the likes of Leicester, Manchester United, even Arsenal. They're above Arsenal. So if they can do it, I'm sure Leeds United can do it. So let's have a look at the finances. So in the pot, we've got 1.2 million. We've got 438,000, roughly 440,000 £500 per week to spend on wages at the moment. Let's see what sponsors we've got. Sponsors deals are really low. I mean, they're only like 500, 800 grand a season. I do have a look at the debts and that, because like I say, when we looked at that club vision, it did say working towards becoming self-sufficient. So that leaded me to think they have a big debt in their hand, which they do. So they have about £60 million worth of debt. So we can get into the Premier League, get that paid off quicker, have no debt on the club, and then obviously the more money we bring in, the more money I go then to the transfer pot, then getting better players into the club. So let's have a look at the team report. We'll have a look at the squad depth. So at the moment, we're not too bad. We'll start at the bottom. So obviously in the keeper area, we've got a decent keeper. I think he's on loan from FC Lorient. I did try and buy him actually on a Newcastle save, but they wouldn't sell him for some reason. Don't know why, but yeah, he's quite a decent keeper. And obviously then moving up there, we've got the back line. We've got a decent bit of quality across the back line, so I don't think I will try and get any players in for that. Like I say, we're going to try and more get on using the club's youth system and bringing through players. In the midfield, they have got actually, in the centre midfield, bar wingers, they have got some decent quality. Obviously, they've got Calvin Phillips, Jamie Shackleton, and obviously on the wings, they've got Dallas, and I think obviously Jack Harrison from Manchester City, and Pablo Hernandez. And then up front, they've got Patrick Bamford. That Augustin, I think he was linked with a loan move to Manchester United before Manchester United got Igalo. So it'd be interesting to see how he actually fares here, because I don't think he actually played any games before. Obviously, we went into lockdown and the season was suspended. So it'd be interesting to see how he actually performs. I mean, when he was at RB Leipzig, he played 42 games and scored 12 goals, which really it's not too bad. But I mean, the Championship is a different kettle of fish. It's probably one of the most competitive leagues in the world. So it's definitely be good to see how he actually lines up. Now, on here, they have got it set as the standard 4-4-2. I don't want to play that way. I want to have a look at the tactics. We'll have a look at that in a minute, but we'll just have a quick look at the squad and see what we've got. So let's have a look at these players. So up front, obviously, we've got Augustin, we've got Patrick Roberts. Now, I mean, he's not too bad. He was at Chelsea, was at Middlesbrough. So he has been around at a few different clubs. I think this guy could be our talisman this season, getting us up into the Premier League. If he can keep him fit and get him scoring goals, I think he'll definitely be up there with the leading goal scorers for the Championship season. And like I say, if we can keep him fit, because I do know he's suspect to injury. So if we can keep him fit, that'll be good for us. Now, Jamie Shackleton, I have seen a lot lately about this kid. He is wanted by. Oh, let's have a click on it. He is wanted by Arsenal. Now he's only 19, so these are the type of players I want to keep at the club and not let them get taken off by bigger clubs like Arsenal, Manchester United, Chelsea. I want to try and keep them in the club so we can develop them and have an absolute core of young English players coming through the club and playing for Leeds United from the academy all the way up into the first team. We have obviously probably got our star player, which is Calvin Phillips. He's going to be key this season in midfield. He's a box-to-box midfielder. He can do everything really. So keeping him fit with Patrick Bamford is probably the best option we have of getting up. Now, defensive-wise, they're probably their best defender. Well, I wouldn't say best defender, but probably the best prospect we have at the club, who is on loan at the club from Brighton, is Ben White. He's on loan for this season, but what I will try and do is get that loan deal extended maybe in January. See where we're at first, but if we can get it extended, we can maybe push on and get it for another 2 seasons, develop him, and then maybe put a bid in and get him on permanently to Leeds United. And then from there, we'll start bringing our own players through. Now, the one thing I did want to do with this is get a keeper from the Leeds United youth teams. So let's just have a quick look at see what sort of keepers we have and what sort of ability we have. So we'll go into the under 23s at the moment. So first of all, there, as you can see, keeper right at the top, Will Huffer. Now his ability at the moment is 2 stars, but his potential is nearly 4 stars, four and a half stars. And obviously the assistants are saying he could be better than our Kiko Casillas at the moment. So he'll be one that we definitely want to move up into the first team at some point this season. Get him into the squad, get him moving, get him playing, and get him establishing as number 2, and eventually take over from our number 1 at the moment. He is 20, so he is at that age where we can get him in, and it shouldn't affect him too much. Other than that, we've got Rafa, striker. I think he's on loan, so he's on loan at Villarreal at the moment. Now it might be a good option in January to bring him back, and like same with Will Huffer, is get him into the squad ready for the Premier League season, because the only way we're going to stay up is if we have a deep squad and quality throughout every position. Given that we're coming up on a small budget, so we need them youth players and our squad to have depth and quality in every position. So let's have a look at the under 18s, and again, I mean, Leeds are just riddled with youth players that are quality. Noah Kenner, defensive centre back, defensive midfielder, and midfielder. I mean, what can't he do? I mean, I can't believe they have such good players that they're not. I don't understand why they're not in the Premier League. I mean, this guy's wanted by 14 Premier League clubs. Just look, he's got minor interest from Tottenham, Liverpool, but look how many clubs have got major interest in him: Arsenal, Aston Villa, Chelsea, Leicester, Southampton, Wolves. This kid's he's gonna be a worldie when he's older. So this is one of the other players what I try and keep hold of. Let's have a look at another one. So Stewart, he's a sort of winger. I don't think he's wanted by anyone at the moment, but his potential ability is nearly 4.5 stars. So he's another one we're going to try and keep hold of. So let's have a look at the objectives first of all. So we're going to do our club meeting, and there again is just obviously the objectives and club vision that we just went through. So we'll accept that because it's sort of along the lines what I want to do and what we want to do for the season here. We'll look at the transfer window. Obviously, this is the 19 transfer window when Harry Maguire and Eden Hazard and Pepe went to Arsenal, Manchester United, and Real Madrid respectively. So this is the induction. Now, I'm not going to do too much with this. I'm just going to pop straight over to the tactics because I think that's the main thing we want to do and get set up and rolling first of all. So with this team, I think that the best way to go forward with this is a tiki-taka tactical style, sorry. And I want to do it where it's sort of you have your deep line forward, either Bamford or Augustin, and obviously then we have our wingers. We'll have like Pablo Hernandez, maybe Jack Harrison, and in midfield we'll have our Jamie Shackleton, Calvin Phillips, and obviously a back and then a keeper. So I think maybe if we do, I'm not going to go for the 5-2-2-1. I'm going to go 4-1-4-1 D and wide, which I think suits us better. So we'll choose that one. Now I'm going to leave it as positive, but I am going to go delve in and have a look at the tactics first of all. So we're going to be playing out of the defence. I'm going to change that. I'm going to focus the ball down the middle once it's out of the fence. So straight away they give it to the midfield, and from the midfield I'm going to say they're going to hit him crosses earlier and shoot on target. Just because I think with Patrick Bamford and Augustin, we can hit them balls in and they'll tap it in, and even the wingers, obviously Jack Harrison and Pablo Hernandez, they can move the ball into the box, and obviously then we can score more goals and keep clean sheets and stuff like that. Now I'm going to leave the dribbling as dribbling less, but I am going to make the creative freedom to be more expressive, just so in the final third we can pass it around a lot and just try and outdo the position. In transition, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to leave it as distribute out the back and then playing through the midfield, so that's fine. Out of possession, I am going to change one thing with it. I'm going to tell them to get stuck in. I like my squad to be aggressive when they're on the ball, so hopefully once the ball are out of possession, then get the ball back and move forward. There is one thing I want to look at, is the staffing. Now, really, they're not too bad, Leeds. They have got some good staffing levels at the moment, so their judging team data is best, their presenting data is best, the recruitment is probably the best in the Championship. I am going to address the coaching staff. I want to get a few more internationals in, maybe another goalkeeping coach, maybe another general coach, and if we can squeeze another fitness coach in, we'll try and ask the board, can we get another person? And then up here we'll also get another sports scientist or a physio, and then see how obviously we get on with that. So let's have a look at the schedule. So our first game is against Leeds United under 21. Does that in every Football Manager series, doesn't it? It always plays you against the under 21s of the team you're with. So after pre-season, got a decent pre-season. Dynamo Kiev, Swinton, Shrewsbury, and then our first game is away against Bristol City. Now Bristol City are one of the teams also who I think they in probably the next 1 to 3 years they could be in the Premier League. They've got a decent squad. Lee Johnson is actually quite a good manager. I remember when they had a run in the Carabao Cup. I think they beat us. I think they beat Manchester United, and then they got to play against City at home and away, and obviously City destroyed them. But they actually played quite well. Now, I think if they don't get up, maybe Lee Johnson will be leaving them and get picked up by a bigger club. Maybe even Leeds if Bielsa gets sacked if he doesn't get them up next season or this season. I think Leeds might go for Lee Johnson because I think he's one of the upcoming managers. So that's our first away game. Then we're back home to Ellen Road against Nottingham Forest. And then again, I mean, Nottingham Forest have got quite a few decent players. I mean, they've got Joe Lawler. They've got who else they got now? They've got a few decent ones. They got Zach Clout, they got Lewis Gabbin. They've got a quite decent squad, as Nottingham Forest. So that'll be an interesting game. So that'll be a good one to watch. So, like I say, the next video in this series is gonna drop this Saturday. So that'll be the next one. So in that episode, we'll be doing the Bristol City away, and then also the Nottingham Forest at home, and we'll see how we get on there. In the meantime, I will try and do a little bit of delve in the transfer market, get a few loans in. Maybe not try and buy players, maybe just get loans in and see how much. Once we're up and promoted, see how much we get off the board, and then maybe make a few of them loan signing permanent and get a few others permanent, and then see how we go from there. After them 2 games and see how we're progressing. We have got straight after the Nottingham Forest game at home, we're away to Port Vale. So if we can get a good cup run, then the Carabao Cup, we'll get in more money and be able to get better players. So that leaves it for today's episode. Like I say, if this is your first time watching the channel, make sure you hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button, and then go to my homepage and start watching the Newcastle United save. It is a really good save. Obviously, as you probably know, Newcastle United are in the grips of being taken over by probably the second richest people in the world, by City's owners. So they're flying at the moment, and go give it a watch. Okay, so my name's Sean. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.